Oh, we got a silver dime, folks. Oh, a silver dime. Hey everyone, welcome back to Off Trail Treasures. My name is Ben. If you're new to the channel, we here go to sometimes great lengths to try and uncover things that were lost, forgotten, or discarded. Today, through permission obtained for me by my awesome mother-in-law, Kathy, thank you, Kathy, I am at this really awesome old church building. I have several maps of the area. I'm on a main thoroughfare, so if it gets noisy here in a second, I'll try to quiet down as the cars go by. But I have several maps from the area, some dated back to the early 1900s, others back to the mid 1800s. And I look at a lot of different maps, and I've seen this church on several of them. I want to say that I've seen it on a mid to late 1800s map, but I wasn't able to find that last night, but it is for sure on early 1900s maps. This town was settled by a religious group, a Christian religious group that came from the East Coast into this area in the Midwest where I'm at currently, which is about 3.5 hours, 4 hours north of where I live. They came here, and so I believe, given that they were a religious group, a Christian group, that one of the first things they probably did was build a church. I don't really have a way right now of telling whether or not this was that very first church, but it is for sure an old church. It's been here a long time. It is a beautiful building, as you can see. I can't even get it all in frame. I will take the camera off the tripod and get you guys a better view here in a second. But right now, what I'm really anxious to do is get my coil to the ground and see what we can find, so let's go. Look at that beautiful old church. I just love the steps leading up to the top, to the front door. Isn't that amazing? I am currently over there by that tree over there, and I've been doing all this section right here pretty slowly. And I did all this section in front of the steps on this side of that path, and I'm sticking with my normal MO. I'm cherry picking, I'm looking for high signals. I dug a couple of aluminum signals in here, mostly because I got bored, but I've only been here about 10 or 15 minutes, and now I am right here, and I've got a 4142 signal, which is in the penny range for Legend, so let's go ahead and dig it and take a look. All right, I got it marked with my shovel. I got another car coming here. Still in the hole. Let's get down in here. Good point. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys in for a closer look. Let's see what this is. All right, I just dug my first coin signal of the day. Got it peeking out at me right there. It's a penny signal, and it's penny sized. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. I've got a wreath on the back. I think this is gonna be an Indian head. Actually, let's just confirm it through the back right here. Yep, that is the back of an Indian head. I think you guys will probably be able to make that out. Let's see what we can see at the front. There he is. There she is, I should say. Did you all know that despite the masculine look, that the face on the Indian head is actually Lady Liberty? See her right there. I'm gonna get my toothbrush on it and get this cleaned up, and I'll be right back. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a date on this today. Actually, I might not be able to get a date on it ever. It's pretty smooth right there, but you can see Lady Liberty in her headdress right there. And that 1 cent on the back. But I am super excited. My threshold for calling it a good find, or calling it treasure, is pretty low. I love metal detecting and finding old stuff, so anything out of circulation to me is just amazing. I love it. All right, let's keep going. Got a pretty good signal here, 42 to 44, but it sounds big is the downside to it, but we're not ready to ignore signals like that. So let's pop this open and see what we got. We'll hear it in there, I think. Let's see. I think I missed it a little bit. Looking like that was just a bolt. Let's keep going. I've got a solid 3031 signal right here, and I'm gonna dig it. It's not a high tone. I'm starting to dig some lower tones now, at least right here in the front. I have a bunch of coins on my bucket list, of course, but there's a lot of coins I noticed in Merrill's VDI Bible. There's a lot of coins that are within the ranges that I don't normally dig, that I want to start to dig a little bit more frequently. At least the ones that show up solid coin-like, you know, where they vary maybe 1 to 2 VDI numbers each pass. And this is one of those. This town was founded by the Dutch Reformed religious group, and in the early to mid, I think 1830s, 1840s, they moved from the East Coast to here and they settled this town. I believe, given that they were a religious group, a Christian group, that likely one of the first things that they did was build a church. And I don't know if it was right here or not, but you know, the likelihood of me being able to find coins in the mid 1800s, at least in this area, is pretty high. So that's got things like trimes on my radar, 2-cent pieces, and just I'm going to be digging some signals that I might not normally dig because of that. And so here we are. We're going to go ahead and dig this 30. Let's see what we get. All right. Not a lot of roots here, so not a lot of grass to keep it plugged together, but let's see what we can do here. Right next to a decent sized tree, but it's not very large, and I don't think it's very old. Oh, looks like a little bit of flashing. I've run into this a few times here. I'm sure some of the, I can see some of the corner pieces are fairly new on the building. Maybe some gutters, but anyways, I've run into this 3 or 4 times now, so all right, let's keep going. The near total lack of high tones has got me wondering whether or not this place has been detected before. That wasn't something I was able to find out ahead of time, but it's not really going to stop me one way or the other, just because it's a beautiful piece of property. On a noisy road. Old, and you know what? The old adage that it's never dug out is true. You can always find something like that Indian had already found. I am digging a solid 35 signal. After the plug is popped anyways. You know, when people detect these things quickly or without permission, or you know, they're only interested in silver and not relics, they come through here and they'll dig every single high tone really quickly, really sloppy, trash or not. And so one of the ways that you can at least take an educated guess, that's going to be a pull tab. One of the ways that you can take an educated guess that it's been detected before is when there's no high tones to be heard at all, as opposed to some high tones that aren't coins. That would be one thing, but when there's no high tones at all, that makes you guess that something completely different is going on. But like I said, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep going. All right, let's take a look at what we've done so far. We gave this a decent gridding. We went all the way up and down this sidewalk, both sides, and this section right here we gridded. And now we're off to the side. We're going to start over here, and then we're going to head back there, and then we'll head around back. I can imagine, just because of the layout of the property, you guys can see that house right there. There's currently a parking lot there, and in this little grass area, it's not super large, but my guess is that the property line is somewhere inside of there. And there's a shed around the corner that has the same roof color as this, so I think it probably belongs to them. And so that would mean the property line wouldn't be too much further past the parking lot. So if they were to do like a fair or a picnic or something like that, my guess is that it would have happened on this side. So this is the next spot we're gonna hit. Let's go. Dug a, let's see, 27-28 signal because it was really solid. I like the tone, and I wound up popping a coin. Oh, you know what? No, not a coin. Maybe a button? Yeah. No, is that a shotgun shell? Yep. I think that's gonna be a shotgun shell. Strange thing to find on the side of a building, but I do believe that's what that is. All right, shotgun shell. Let's keep going. We have a very promising 51-52 signal right here. If you're not familiar with the legend, that is a quarter signal, potentially a silver quarter signal. It was occasionally bumping around a little bit outside of that range, so I might be getting fooled right now, but let's go ahead and see. Now I'm getting a solid 46 in the plug. It could be that there's more than one coin in here. Nothing in the hole. Oh, we got a silver dime, folks. Oh, a silver dime. Let's go ahead and get in close and see what that is. It is one of my favorite things to just look at it in the dirt. You know what? I don't think that's a silver dime. That's larger. Anybody have any guesses? No, it is a dime, I think. I don't know why some of this stuff throws me sometimes. Pop a little bit of dirt off the back. I know some people think it's silly to spray dimes that are not likely that old, but I spray them all, so instead of rubbing this, I'm gonna get the spray and I will be, well, I'll spray it on camera for you. Hang on, let me get the spray out. You know what I can see already? The wings. The wings of a mercury dime. That is a pretty dime. Good detail still on it. Man, especially this side. Look at the, yeah, look at the details, man. That is still crisp. Still see the makings of the feathers and stuff. And the year is gonna be 1936. Oh, what a beautiful old dime. We will definitely take that. All right, let's keep going. I have been gridding from the sidewalk up this way. It's a big old side yard. And I've been using kind of the end of the sidewalk as my end marker, going that way and then just sweeping back and forth. It is unbelievably quiet. I think the only explanation for that is probably fill dirt. Looking at some of these trees that are out in front, there is quite a bit of roots exposed on most of them, and that's one of the ways that you can tell when a lot of fill dirt's been brought in. They'll cover up the roots that are exposed on the lower part of the trees, and I'm not really seeing that, but right here, this whole side yard up against the building is really, really quiet. Haven't found a single relic. I haven't really found any tones, any repeatable, like solid tones over, say, 35 most of this time. I think maybe I've dug a little bit more flashing on this side, but that's about it. But we have a solid 28, 29 signal over here, and so we're gonna go ahead and dig it together and see what it is. I am barely off to the back of the church right here. So let's, I'll set you guys down and we'll get in here and see what it is. Let y'all listen to it. Not the loudest thing in the world, which is nice because that means it's going to be a little bit deeper or smaller. Either one of those two will be a welcome change to a couple of cans and bits of flashing that I've dug. I can still barely hear it in the hole, I believe. Came in as a 27 this time. Okay. Sounds like it's off to the side here. Let's see. Oh, and we got more flashing. The gutters may be some of the newest things on this building, so not super surprising to see that if there is fill, it'll have gutter clippings inside of it. Let's keep going. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna hit the park just about a block away real quick. That park has been here for a really long time, and see if I can't pick up something neat there. I have a feeling that there's been a lot of fill dirt brought in particularly the big side yard that I thought would be a winner was very, very quiet. I don't know exactly why. I suspect it's fill dirt. The front yard had a lot of signals, and I must have dug out, I mean, there was one hole where I dug out 7 or 8 nails in one signal. I don't know if there was a prior tear down here, or maybe the old church burnt down, which is a common occurrence. But yeah, a lot of nail signals out in the front, and I don't believe that I found a single, I don't even think I heard a single tone. No, that's not true. Maybe 1 or 2 tones at about 50-51, which is just a common quarter, not even necessarily a silver quarter. It makes me suspect that maybe somebody's been in here detecting. Don't know if that's the case. Maybe I've been with or without permission, not sure. Really happy to have found that Indian head and that mercury dime that I'm going to show you guys in the wrap up. But let's head on down to this park real quick and see if we can't get on anything fun. All right, I'm at the park. There's an old mid-1800s school building right there, and then the rest of the ground around it is public. That is now the historical museum for the county, but the rest of it is park, so I'm hoping to be able to find something that maybe somebody from that school dropped once upon a time. But I am at a signal right here. Oh, there it is, just found the hole. Let's see what we got here. It's obviously a penny size, looking like copper on the edges. And there is the memorial, so it's gonna be a Lincoln from, looks like 1973 or 2, something like that. All right, cool, let's keep going. All right, I am in the middle of the ball field and opened up this hole. It's a 25-26 signal, and I thought it was in the plug. There we go. I thought it was in the plug, but it's not, or I knocked it off, one of the two. As you can see, I left my tripod back. Oh, there it is. Left my tripod back in the car. What do we got here? Oh, okay, it's a key. It's a key on the key ring. It says just American Lock Company, USA. All right, let's keep going. Got another 50 signal. I think you're in the plug. Let me reset this. Right. Yep, there it is. Probably gonna be a state quarter at that. Oh, no, it's a dollar coin. All right. I'll take a dollar coin. Let's see, who's this? Is that Grant? Can't quite read it. Maybe I'll get something before the wrap up. All right, let's keep going. All right, gonna do a quick little wrap up under the pavilion right here. I'm on a family trip right now. That is the reason I'm 3.5 hours north. And my wife and kids let me have a little time today and get away and come over here to do this for a couple hours. So all in all, I am really happy with the outcome. I'll show you guys some some of the trash peek in there. You can see some of that. A couple cans off the surface to help clean up. But here's what we found. This was a old key found in the park. 3 Lincoln pennies. I didn't get the name on this like I said that I was going to. Still can't read it. But a $1 coin. And then from the church, our lone 2 finds were actually great ones. We've got an Indian head that I haven't been able to make the date out on yet, and this beautiful little mercury dime. I got a little dirtier in my pouch, but it cleaned up great, and it is a 1936 if I remember correctly. So yeah, not a bad little hunt for a little small town, kind of in railroad country. This whole area boomed because of the railroad, and now that the railroads are not bringing the commerce that they used to, it's starting to decline. But there is a lot of history out here, and it's been a lot of fun detecting. If you guys like this kind of a thing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video to help us out quite a bit with the YouTube analytics and how they decide who to show this video to. But thank you all for tuning in. Hope you come back next time.